We apologize for the brief break. The National Assembly has passed new national minimum wage for first, second, and third readings just minutes after it was transmitted by President Bola Tinubu. We have details of that story now.
Finally, the Upper Legislative Chamber receives an executive communication from President Bola Tinubu containing the new minimum wage for Nigerian workers. This comes a few days after the federal government and Nigerian Labour Congress reached an agreement of 70,000 naira as the new minimum wage. The Senate suspended its Rule 78 Sub 1 to permit the express consideration and passage of the bill.
A bill for an act to amend the National Minimum Wage Act 2019 and to increase the national minimum wage and reduce the time for periodic review of the national minimum wage from 5 years to 3 years and for related matters 2024. Third reading.
In response to the agitations and after a series of negotiations between the federal government and the organized labor, the current national minimum wage of 30,000 naira only has been reviewed upward to the sum of 70,000 naira only. This is part of the federal government's short-term measures to mitigate the situation in the country as efforts are being made to bring about long-term solutions that would align with the yearnings and aspirations of Nigerians and bring succor to the country generally.
The bill was committed to the Committee of the Whole for a clause-by-clause consideration and was passed after a voice vote.
A bill for an act to amend the National Minimum Wage Act 2019 to increase the national minimum wage from 30,000 to 70,000 and to reduce the time for periodic review of the national minimum wage from 5 years to 3 years and for related matters 2024. Third reading taken and passed.
According to the new minimum wage bill, the wages for workers will now be reviewed every 3 years. This is indeed a new dawn for Nigerian workers as hope rises as they look forward to the full implementation of this new wage. TVC News, Abuja.
Joining me now for more perspectives is the chairman of the Nigeria Labour Congress in Rivers State, Alex Agwanwa. Mr. Agwanwa, thank you for joining us on the news this hour. What's the expectation from organized labor seeing the speedy passage of the new minimum wage amendment act yesterday?
I want to say that it's a very big opportunity, and I want to say that regards to the minimum wage, for us as labor, we've accepted a 70,000 wage as agreed, and our expectation is that let the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Bola Tinubu, to assent to the bill as passed by the National Assembly for implementation across all the states. I think we are so delighted by the speedy passage of that bill by the National Assembly, and that is what is expected also from them also, considering how other bills have been passed before now. I think we commend them for that, and for us, we are very hopeful that after the assent of the President, that the minimum wage will be implemented across by the governors of all the states, including the Federal Capital Territory. I think for us, it's a good development.
Well, talking about the states, recall that when it was 62,000, governors had some exception as to their capacity to pay 62. It's now 70,000. The NGF accepted it. Governors are expected to meet. But how is Labour intending to follow up with implementation at the state level?
I think for us, the issue of the ability to pay.
We may have lost connection with Alex Agwanwa, who is chairman Nigeria Labour Congress in Rivers State. We'll get back to that conversation subsequently. And staying at the